All right. So we're going to go through Inkscape number 2. So we start, usually we're starting on the select tool, but let's go to the star tool. And I want you to draw a star, not too big. And then notice here are the star commands up here. If you click this thing, it sets everything back to defaults. So if we made it all different, you can click this little thing and it goes right back to the defaults. That's nice to know. Here's a good looking star. Set the corners to 3 and hit enter, and it turns it into a triangle. Actually, I wanted you to keep the star, and then I wanted you to set the corners to 3 and draw a triangle. Oh, I draw a second triangle. So I'm going to make this triangle a little smaller. So we have a star and we have a triangle. That's what I'm asking you to do. I just want you to practice. Let's save your document. Call it Inkscape 2. Somewhere handy like the desktop. So I want you to go back to the select tool. We're there right now. Select the star and duplicate it. I did Control D, and now I'm dragging it below. And we're going to double click it. I was in a double click like that. Notice Inkscape changes back to the star tool. So see, instead of showing if we're on the select tool, we got all these commands. If you double click here, we're on the star tool. And so here I'm asking you to change this to 8. And so that's what I want you to have in your document right now. We'll go to the next page. All right, I'm going to save again, Control S. And go back to the select tool. So duplicate the 8-pointed star and move a copy to the right. So I'm going to duplicate this, Control D, and move the copy over here. And I'm going to go up to the path menu and say object to path right here. Now it looks like nothing happened, but if you double click on the original 8-pointed star, you see we get these 2 little things. These things let us control the star. If we double click on the one we made a path of, you have to go back to the select tool, double click. Notice there's 16 little squares instead of 2. Each one of these is describing one part of the star, and you can now edit the star line by line, really. And I'm asking you to do a little editing and leave it not normal. You don't go crazy. I want to be able to see it was the star, but we'll learn more about editing nodes later. I just wanted you to see the difference. See this one over here, you can't do all that because it's still a star. If you double click on it, you get the star commands up here. This one, if you double click, you get nodes everywhere, and there's no star commands. You get the node tools, which we'll learn about another day. So back to the select tool. Next page. Part 4, path union, path difference. I'm asking you to draw a circle, a perfect circle. I drew it while holding down the control key. And then I went to the select tool, and I want you to duplicate it, Control D, move the copy over there, and then let's duplicate both of these. I'm going to Control D and move another copy over here. I want you to select all these and go to Object, Fill, and Stroke. I want you to turn off the fill, and I want you to turn on the stroke if you need to. And nice thin lines. So we have these 4 circles. And now we're going to do a new command. Select the left 2, and under the path menu, say union. And check that out. It's turned these things into a single path. There isn't a part in the middle anymore. It's gone. Let's go back to the select tool and select the other 2. And we're going to say path difference. These are the most commonly used things. And look, it makes kind of a moon shape because it cuts away one from the other. It's taking the difference of one from the other. So these are commands we'll use more down the line. Moving along. Let's save your work. Control S. All right. And then finally, I'm asking you to make a cloud and moon and star scene using the skills you just learned. So I want you to make the cloud using at least 5 circles. So I'm going to hold the control key down and make a perfect circle. I'm going to duplicate it and move it around a little bit, making a sort of fluffy cloud. We need at least five of these things. I'm going to do 6. And I'm going to make another copy over here. So check this out. If you select all these and say path union, it turns them into a single cloud. And that's what I'm asking you to do. And then we're going to do it again. I'm doing Control D to duplicate these things. And we're making another cloud. Doing the 5 there. We select them all. And path union. There you go. So I've got my 2 clouds. You can see in the document what I'm asking you to do, the scene I'm asking you to make. Now I want you to make a moon. So the moon you make by doing a perfect circle. Make a circle while holding down the Control key. Duplicate it and move it off a little bit. Now select just those 2 circles and we'll do path difference. And we have a moon. So we'll put the moon here. We'll put the clouds like this. And then I'm asking you to draw 5 5-pointed stars. So let's change the stars to 5. And a little big. There's a star. I'm going to Control D, duplicate, duplicate, Control D, duplicate, and Control D, duplicate. And then the last thing I'm asking you to do on this page is to type your name down here. So you click the text tool, drag a rectangle, type your name, hit enter, hold the Control key down, make it bigger, save it, turn it in. Notice my whole project fits on this page. If you made it bigger than the page, you can do Control A to select all, and then you can make the whole thing smaller. You know, I want to be able to see it, so don't make it small, just gratuitously. If you had to make it a little smaller. I just saved it again. And there you go, good people. I hope that helped.